Hi, I'm Victor Margiotta, and this is the Community Show. We're thrilled to have Vincent Altieri on the show. He is the president of the Mount Carmel Society in beautiful downtown Verplanck. We are going to be celebrating the 101 Feast of Our Lady of Mount Carmel here in Verplanck, and we're going to talk about how last year's feast went and all the responsibilities that Vincent has over here. Vincent, thanks for coming on.
Well, I'm glad to be here, Vic.
Oh,
I've seen a couple people here before me, and kind of felt a little certain way there, but I'm happy to be here.
I'm glad. Awesome.
Thank you for having me here.
Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. And I had a couple people that waited 5 years to come on the show. So.
Well, I've been president for 13, so maybe 13 years I've been waiting.
All right. That's
How
awesome.
long have we known each other?
Congratulations. Forever.
You went to school with my sister, right?
That's right.
We're all born and raised Verplankers.
That's right.
Pointers, I should say.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. So how did you become president? When was your first gig?
My first gig was in 2011. That's when I was first voted in as president.
Awesome.
Prior to that, I was financial secretary. I was actually the House Committee chairman before that, and just worked my way up a little bit. And I learned from one of the best, and he's right here behind us on the wall.
Yeah.
My good friend Chubby, who
we miss him dearly.
I was with him a lot. I hung out with him every day. Used to go out to dinner a lot, and then I'd have to go outside and make the car was warm when it was bill time to pay the bill, and wait for him to come out, shaking his head at me. But Chubby was a great man. That's who I really learned from with the club, and they brought me in. Me and Anthony got sworn in together in September 1991. His son Anthony, who's the feast chairman.
Yeah.
And he's had a run too as a feast chairman.
Sure.
Doing an excellent job.
Yes.
And everything.
The people don't realize how much goes behind the scenes, I mean, as soon as the feast is over, you got to start planning for the next one.
Well, you've got to start breaking down and then getting ready for the next one. But we already started. I have guys that been coming downstairs and getting the wreaths ready to hang up.
Yep.
Got to get the electric going, how we're going to do the drops and everything for the electric, and our vendors and everything. Anthony gets a lot of phone calls, every day now until then.
Right.
People who want to participate and be a part of it and stuff. And, and then the members, the members do a lot. And
it's unbelievable.
A lot of hours in a day, and they're here, and I can't really complain. I'm very fortunate that we have a good help.
Definitely. And what a beautiful space now you have. When did you renovate?
We started in about 2008. We started renovating. We had because see the side behind us is the original, and this was all in Chubby's future. This is what he wanted for the club and everything. So Anthony again, he was part of it.
Yep.
They were digging, making the forms and everything over here on this side, and it was about 2.5 years, 3 years. Then we had to get COs, and we had to go through all the proper paperwork and everything to get it going. And I think the first time we started renting it out was 2010. And it's been doing good for us, ever since.
It's a beautiful space. I had my brother John's 50th birthday party here, so that's 9 years ago.
Oh,
already.
okay. I was gonna see if he was. I'm older than him, no, but he's older than me.
Yeah. So, and it was such a great experience being here.
We get a lot of good things. We have a lot of, I don't want to say it wrong, but we have a lot of quinceañeras here. Like our Sweet 16s, we have the Spanish community, they do the 15 when they turn 15. It's a big thing. And oh my God, I mean, they spend triple what they do to rent the hall as setting up.
Wow.
And with all the decorations and we've actually taken pictures and we put them on our website.
Right.
Makes the hall look a lot better. But, and we also do a lot with the club with giving it to people in the community who need it for certain things, maybe if it's not such a good thing, maybe when we have members and deaths and stuff like that, they have a repass and everything.
Yeah.
We're always trying to help out and do for the families and the members, especially our own members and family that live in the Point. So.
And you just got an award for doing.
We just got an award last week. Actually, one of our members, Pat Giuliano, went down to ShopRite, Gracie's manager down there, and we've been having functions. She's been organizing the functions here for the veterans. So she's had about 3 or 4 of them so far. She's got a couple more booked. And they raised $5,000 that they gave to the American Legion in Croton.
All right.
And it was nice because they had like Humvees down there, Jeeps and everything, and they had a lot of veterans. And then, you know, I put Pat on the spot, but he did good. He made a nice speech, and you know, he represented us well in what our goals and what we want to do. And we're here for the community.
Yes.
You know, that's what we want to be.
You gotta be.
You know, we're here for the community. And we put it out there, and I put it on your show that anybody needs anything, you can go on our website, olmcv.org, and you can contact me, you can contact other members. And if you need help or anything, and you know, this is what this is for.
Yes. So Mike Carbone did a lot of the booking for the parties, and now that's on you.
Yeah, well,
And
Mike Carbone did an excellent job,
Yes,
and
he
I
did.
see how much he did. Oh my
Yeah,
God, you
right.
gotta leave your house, take phone calls, meet people to show it and everything. But Mike is happily retired, and he's living now in Albany. So
Okay. Hi, Mike.
He can't really come and show the hall, you know,
No,
at the
it's tough.
whip of a dime or
Yeah.
anything, you know.
But
But it is. I'll eventually appoint somebody. You know, it's a lot of responsibility.
It is.
We have a few people that, you know, the Board of Governors has to also make the decisions. Yes, I'm the president, but they have to, you know, they oversight. You know, they see what we do, checks and balances, check things, and it's not like I could just snap my finger and say this is gonna, you know, be done.
Yeah.
Unless it's something very serious.
Right.
You know, it needs to be taken care of right away. But our Board of Governors are very, you know, they're good. Got a bunch of good members. They get to relax a little bit. They got 5 years for their terms. Our executive officers, myself, and like the financial secretary,
Have to
and them,
run
it's
every year.
yearly. So we have to get voted in every year. And I guess I've been doing a good job because I've been running uncontested. So
everybody says, and I see that you're doing an excellent job. So thanks so much for that.
So I want to continue doing it the best of my abilities, and you know, I keep helping. But we just want to, put it more out there because we want to help the community, even not in Verplanck, Montrose, Buchanan, Cortland Manor. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If somebody called me from Connecticut and said, you know, they needed help with something or anything, we're here for them.
Excellent.
We'll help them. We'll do what we can.
So last year was 100 years. of the
101st,
feast.
and boy, was it a great one.
Yeah.
I say that sarcastically, but I mean, it was an outstanding job by everybody. It was 7 days.
Yeah.
But just imagine how much time people put in when it's 5 days, from the morning till the nighttime to closing down.
Yeah.
This was 7 days. You know, we had Cardinal Dolan here for our 100th, and he was a great person.
Yeah.
It was great to have. And we had people come that we didn't even know that came because they got to come down and they said, oh, this place is beautiful. We love this place. We didn't even know about it.
I know.
You know, we're here because we know Cardinal Dolan was coming and everything. Well, I said, well, Cardinal Dolan's coming because of Our Lady Mount Carmel. So that something should be good with us, you know?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it was just, it was exhausting for a lot of members. And, you know, we got Dominic, who's out there for 7 days.
Hi, Dominic.
Morning, you know, till night, till we start cooking behind that. And it's hot, Vic.
Yeah.
You know how hot it gets here during
forget
the
it.
summer.
I mean, it was
Sweating.
one year, it was so hot, people didn't even come.
It was.
It was, I mean,
I think that was the year before COVID.
yeah.
I think that was
remember
19.
that.
And it was,
was-
you know, it was really, because that's one of our biggest fundraisers also. You know, that's what we try to do when we get the monies to allocate for other things. And
Sure. Yeah.
that was the worst
too
ever.
much. I know. Yeah,
And I
you
mean,
figured
Vic-
it would have cooled off when the sun went down, but it
No,
didn't.
it felt like it got worse, like it was paced. But like I can remember my first time when before I, you know, like now I'm sitting here as the president and everything, talking to you about it and everything. But I remember Pat Harbolic was my neighbor because I grew up on 5th Street. And I remember when the rides, you'd see them coming in through 6th Street, the tractor trailers or whatever with the rides. You see the, the Ferris wheel or we had the Star over there that spun around. We jump on our Huffies. You remember the Huffies, Vic?
yeah.
I don't think they make them anymore.
No,
Nothing.
I jumped over 3 kids on my home.
Trying to, oh, wow. I couldn't do it. My handlebars we didn't have the money back then to get nothing. He'd say, Vin, the rides are coming. Did you hear that? Yeah, I heard it too. Jump on the Huffies and come flying down, cut right through the firehouse, come down here. And we were in awe just looking at it,
Watching
and
them put
thinking,
them
wow.
together. Yep.
Couldn't wait for that. That was the biggest thing in the world, living in Verplanck.
Yeah.
And now here, 45 years later, and I hope the other kids get the excitement out of that. I hope they see
course
it the
they
way
do.
we seen it
Yeah.
when we were kids, because it's just, it is a big event. We draw a lot of people run
Now,
through
you guys
here.
are always the third Sunday in July. Now, how do you manage when there's other things going on? Now, you've been doing it forever.
Well,
but
we did.
Sometimes.
One time we had to do it earlier, but we always have to because that's Lady of Mount Carmel. That's actually the day of it. So it has to go follow on that third week. But we did make it earlier 1 week. And I think I was vice president at the time. And now I can't remember. We did do it. We did it a week earlier. Because sometimes when there's 5 weeks and you have the extra week where it starts on it or stuff like that. But it's always on, it's normally like it's July 12th through the 16th this year. And it's always on my birthday too, July 14th.
That's cool. That's
I
nice.
spend my birthday down here.
Yeah. Now, you remember your first feast when you were a kid? They brought you down here?
My parents, I came down with my parents and, I think it was like I had $1 and I can buy cotton candy, jelly apple, and all that stuff back then. I remember getting sick from eating too much candy and then going on the rides. And we'd always come by like the days after. We'd come and look underneath the rides to see if people
the money
dropped
came
quarters or anything.
Hey.
You'd be lucky if you got $1 or something. But back then there wasn't much of that. There was a lot of change. But I mean, it added up. It was a good
neat.
time.
Yeah.
Feel real old thinking about it.
Yeah, I know. So every year, like I said, once it ends, you got to start planning for the next one. So how do you make sure you get the guys with the rides and the vendors and the...
Well, we always do well with Billy. He runs the, I think, Blue Sky Entertainment, which Anthony, he'll connect to. Because Anthony will say, well, do I want to run again next year? Because he's got a lot on, going on his plate too.
Yeah.
Trustee too and everything. So he'll say, well, you've been doing such a great job, you're still here. Let's, maybe another year. So he'll always do it another year. So unless it's, we always have good reactions to the ride people and everything. And, people like it. Sometimes they'll say, well, can you get one of these rides or something like that? And then
Mix it up a little.
Anthony would call up, Billy and stuff like that and talk to him. Maybe, can you bring this ride down? Stuff, and then he, if everything was good, we'd go with them already. We'd say, yeah, well, we're going to be having you, because they go to, like, they'll come from Long Island.
Oh, yeah.
They'll be here, they could be here 4 days before the feast, and people will be thinking that the feast is starting the next day or something. We have to tell them, no, it's just that they finished that,
and they got
contract or whatever they did. So
sure.
they had to, exactly. So they'll come and they'll bring it here. And, if everything's good, we'll just, we stick with them, and then, we get, a lot of reaction from like the members and stuff and see if we want to try and do things differently, ideas that some people have and, may add something or not, or maybe not go with something the next year. But normally he will go with the ride guy. And then the vendors and everything are pretty much, that goes throughout the year, and he'll be getting phone calls all the time. They want to come down. We want singers to come down, and
that's the other thing.
Can we come down and we, I want to sing and stuff, and which Casey Morbito, she handles the bookings and all the for our entertainment.
Yeah. So talk about how much the Lady Auxiliary does here.
They do it. They're the best. Actually, I have an award downstairs that I
good.
gave them. But you'll see them across at the wine booth. But they do so much for the community also. And one of their members made a speech during our Christmas party because she wrote down, and it was actually Liz Winkleman. I don't know what her position is.
Hi, Liz.
If she's still, hi, Liz, if she's still vice president.
Okay.
But all the things that she's done. And we're like, what? We need to start doing, as much as they are doing, because they actually donate back to us.
Awesome.
And we actually needed to get new chairs. I don't know if you can see them, but, we just got new chairs, and they donated $1,500 towards our chairs.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
And those the chairs aren't. That was, kind of half of the chairs.
Yep.
What the cost was. So.
We got to say hi to Antoinette P.O., who runs the ice cream stand.
Oh, she's the ice cream booth lady, and she'll be here during the feast, too.
All right.
I went and met her 2 weeks ago, I believe, and we got her a nice bouquet of flowers and a nice gift certificate to Little Sorrento's, because
she showed me
she didn't want. We were going to get it somewhere else, and I didn't know she worked there, so she works at another place up here in Verplanck.
Yeah, somewhere around the
Where
corner.
would you know that? So I didn't know it at the time, but she does. She donates her time. She has 4 boys, you know, and they're playing baseball and everything. You know, they got games here, games up at Altieri. And she's just helping, you know, she helps out all the time. And like I said, she'll be here for the feast too, for all 5 nights.
Excellent.
A lot of these people make things work. People outside the picture, they make it work for us that we don't get to recognize as much. And I wish I could do it more. A lot of people don't want it. They just say I'm doing it because it, you know, that's
the
what
right
I want
thing
to
to
do.
do.
I don't want to be recognized for it because it defeats the purpose. But
Yeah.
you know, I'd like to.
Oh, of course.
You know,
Yep.
I give a big thanks to all of everybody. They know who they are
Yeah.
for everything they do for
Sure.
Our Lady Mount Carmel.
So one of the coolest things I think is after the Mass on Sunday, you had that procession of the Mount Carmel of the
the
Lady.
Madonna, when we
Yeah.
carry the Madonna,
And the band behind it.
the Dixies.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Now you got the guys all set for that. Right?
Well, now we just, you know, the last couple of years, we've had a lot of young members come in. So we have some of our members, their sons now are doing it. And I mean, I remember carrying that. And I have to give a big shout out to the Smiths, too. They still carry the statue, too.
Yeah.
My back's not as good anymore. I mean, it's a lot more difficult. And it is hot that day also, Vic.
Always, for some
As
reason.
you know, and you're walking with that. I actually have, like Joe McGuire would always drive behind in the golf cart with water, iced water. But once we come out, we do it a little. Anthony would set off some cakes, you know, the boom boom, so everyone knew we would start going
it's
around.
happening. Yep.
So you're carrying it around, and we know exactly who's gonna always come out with the $1 or the $5, you know, money to pin on it. So we got to turn and go over, lower. But thank God for these young kids now.
Yeah, it's that thing's not.
It's heavy.
It is.
It's heavy, and we have the original too now.
Wow.
So we're gonna bring that out this year. We're gonna put it out for
Excellent.
display, which is nice. It's very fragile. It's we just gotta be careful with it, but it's that's gonna come out this year too. Wish I could have had it out for last year.
Speaking of fireworks, you're gonna have the 2
Oh, yeah,
days
we're
this
having
year.
2,
I know.
so-
You always did a little bit on Saturday night, just to.
Sometimes
As a
they
warm-up.
do, yeah, some silent. Well, not silent. They were loud, but they weren't the colorful ones. Just to, you know, Anthony be down there,
Yeah,
let
let
everyone
you
know we're
know.
still here and
Yeah,
everything. But
yeah.
now we're gonna do. Last year we did do it Wednesday, and because it was the 100th, and Sunday. But we're gonna do it this year Wednesday and also Sunday. And again, we're gonna do it Wednesday to let everyone know the feast is starting.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
and we'll have all the lights up on the street.
Good.
We're doing them all by hand.
Yeah.
So they're almost done. They're wrapping the garland on them.
Beautiful.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It's rewarding at the end. You know, everybody
But
gets
it's a lot of
together
work.
and stuff,
Yeah.
and you know, thank you, and you know, everyone did a good job, and then like you said, you start thinking about next year.
That's it. It starts all over. But it's a tradition, you know, and that's the most important thing, that you pass it on to the younger guys. And it's, you know, we do need to work. You know
Right.
what I mean? And that's what life is all about, you know, putting the time in and then reaping the rewards.
Exactly. And it's nice to get that from the community too. When you just a simple thank you for, you know, things, you know, that's, you know, there's things we also do that we don't announce or something like that. And there's a lady who lives, you know, up the street, and she came to me and she was upset. Actually, she wrote a card, a letter, and then made a picture for us. She hand drew it of the Madonna.
Oh.
And, you know, she was very emotional and everything. And it's touching. It's nice to, it's good. And it's not me, it's our club, it's the society.
Yeah.
So it's nothing individual. It's not me you know, I am getting the feeling, you know, I love it. It's great, but it's because of this club and because of the members and what they do.
Speaking of members, how can we join?
I can swear you in right now if you want, Vic. So, you know, we have the bylaws and everything. So the vice president, which is Mike Altieri, he's the...
Hey, Mike.
He's a membership committee. He's in charge of that. So what they would do is you'd have a sponsor. Normally it'd be a member could sponsor. Like if I wanted you wanted to join, I would sponsor you.
Sure.
I think.
Okay.
I definitely would sponsor you, Vic. I would sponsor you. The application would sit for a month. The Board of Governors would look at it. The individual would come to the first meeting, see what it's like, you know, get a free meal and everything, and
Nice.
see how it goes on. And then the next meeting, he would come upstairs, and we just, you know, and then, like what you say, we had those questions we ask. You know, are you they write down what they do for a living, any volunteer things, because we don't want to take away from other things, but we just also want to let them know that this does,
it takes up time.
It takes a lot of your time up, especially during the feast. And we always say, the feast is this week in July, and are you going to be around? Because we'll really need you around,
of course.
that time and everything. And they're more than happy to. And then we go downstairs, we swear them in, and
Awesome.
everyone claps and everything, and they remember.
Yeah, so this is a great opportunity to come and, get involved. And, I know a lot of clubs are I was just talking to a guy that's the president of a chapter of the Rotary Club in Connecticut, and he can't get members. They wound up swearing in this 80-year-old guy.
Well,
So,
God bless the guy. But that's
know.
like me. I mean, yeah, I'm the president, but it's the people underneath you and then the members that are actually doing all the work and, kind of making you look good once in a while and stuff like that.
Sure. That's
I mean,
a
I
good
do my
thing.
share. I try and do as much as I can.
No,
and
you do a
everything,
great
but-
job, and I want to
But
thank
we need,
you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We need the young guys to, we
Come
need more
in and step up.
young guys.
Yeah, and they'll learn a lot. They'll learn about community. They'll learn about service. They'll learn about how to run things. Those are all good things to learn.
They'll learn a lot.
Yeah.
They'll learn a lot.
So I can't stop thinking about the pizza truck that used to come. It used to be like a bus.
Oh,
remember?
yeah. It would face out. The back would face in, and it was
Yeah.
like he was out the back door when we used to jump out when we were in
yeah.
elementary school or whatever at the last. He hasn't been here in probably like 25 years.
No, they must have retired. They were old when we were kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you still got Gumas, the Zeppelis and everything,
really?
though. So.
Oh yeah, the Zeppelis.
But I remember that going up, and he'd come. He'd be standing out the.
It would be
back.
the Sicilian pizza.
Oh, they're the best.
Oh my God!
Yeah, they're good.
I mean, the Paradise serves the thin crust. I actually will make Sicilian if somebody asks, but it's like a 5-hour process. The dough's got to
I'll
fluff
ask
up.
you then. Make me
Yeah,
something.
call me the day before and I'll have it
Okay, I
the
will.
next day. But we're known for our thin crusts, so we don't really.
Yeah, that's the best.
But
That's the best.
it is. And so we got our guy doing the sausage and peppers. What are some of the other booths that you guys do?
So this year, we have Richie Morbido and Mike.
Yeah,
Leanne.
Rich,
They're cooking.
awesome job.
They're spending, they're in that kitchen.
Yeah.
And they're in there at 9:00 in the morning. Yeah, we may come and take her with things outside, but we normally don't really till like 3 or 4 o'clock because normally it would start at 6 o'clock, the feast. So
course.
like an hour or so before just to get things set.
Yeah, but
those
they're
guys
here
are in
9
there.
o'clock in the morning.
And they're in there all day and all night, and they're cleaning up when they're
Wow.
done. So we're gonna have broccoli rabe, we're gonna have manicotti, meatballs, penny in our pasta booth.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have, then we have our sausage and peppers.
Of course.
And, we do the beer booth. And we're actually
Yes.
making a new beer booth, because if you remember when Dominic and them made this sausage and pepper booth, so
Yeah.
we're gonna be making a new beer booth. And,
Okay.
it's gonna not be like so much like the sausage and pepper with, that's difficult to put together
Yes, it
and
is.
take down.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Because Dominic would always come, like the week before with his brothers and his cousins, and they'd put it together all day, but he's busy and stuff like that. So the last 2 years we did it, and we needed him.
I hear you.
But we're going to be doing the new beer booth, and
Well, speaking of beer, we can't not mention Bertolini's. I understand that they're giving up the business.
I think yesterday was their last day,
yeah.
actually. So
And,
Dana Distributors bought it, which is up in Goshen. So, it was great with them. They did a lot for us, Penny and Dominic and all them. And they were, they're the community,
community.
which we would rather and want to do
Of course.
more for the community before we go outside of the community and everything. But we would have loved to have gone back with them. We would have went back with them if they were.
Well, I
still
just
here.
want to thank them for everything they've done.
Yeah, all
in
the past and
community,
everything they've done, and the banners and everything they made for us, Valerie.
Yep. They
They did a lot for us. They're
they
always
really
there
did.
for us.
And congratulations on, it was over 100
And Dennis,
years.
they always gave me Dennis.
Yeah.
Every night. And then he played last year, though.
Okay.
That was the first time that Dennis got to play.
Oh, really?
He was behind the beer. He worked the beer booth
Yeah,
for Bertolini's because he works there, and he would always say, "Vinny, I want to play. I want to play."
Yeah.
So him and Matt, the sixth string, I think they're called. So they got to play last year.
Are they going to be in
on
this
Friday?
year?
Yeah, it'll be there this
Oh,
year.
good,
again.
great. Yeah, they do like country
Yes.
stuff.
And they're followed
but they
by a lot
mix
of
it up.
people. Followed by a lot of people.
Yeah.
You can look at our website. It gives out, like I said, olmcv.org. It gives the entertainment and the dates and everything when what groups and everything are playing. So
Starting Wednesday night.
right, Wednesday night.
And you will have a band Wednesday.
Wednesday night we'll have
Every
a
night.
band. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And Sunday.
Every night.
And, well, again, you have to start deciding who you're going to have months ago.
Well, like I
but-
said, Casey helps us out a lot with that.
Yeah, because
And,
she's the-
Yeah, she's has a voice too. You know, she can reach out and stuff like that. And she gets a lot, but it's always a great time. People
Oh, it
love
is.
sitting out
Oh,
there.
it's the best.
Little vino, sit out there and
No.
drink a little wine, listen to music they play. They have the harmonica guy, I don't want to say the name wrong, Mary Mancini, and
Yes.
we have them. And,
Yeah, she's awesome.
and yeah, so, you know, they're like, we have regulars that come every year, but some new.
Good.
We had the guy from The Voice that played last year. Do you remember him that played from The Voice? He just did I think he did 2 songs. That was a favor from Casey
Good.
Morbito for us. So, but it was nice. It was good.
And speaking of vino, they do have the wine booth.
Yes.
And that's
Did
part
I
of
not?
the...
When I was saying thank you to ladies, I didn't
Yeah.
miss them. Did I with that?
No, but...
I apologize to
Yeah.
Debbie and the members. They are across from the
Mm-hmm.
pasta booth, and they have their wine and stuff, the white wine, red wine, and I think they do sangria too, I believe. But they're over there too, and they're doing it for a reason too. You know, they're helping, and they're, you know, whatever their proceeds are, they use a lot of that. Like I said, with that speech that Liz gave, they do a lot for the community, a lot for other organizations and things you don't even hear of. And you know, we're follow them a little bit more. So.
Yeah. So give the dates,
July 12th through the 16th.
Okay.
The feast.
and we're going to have fireworks on Wednesday night. They won't be as spectacular as Sunday night.
Our fireworks are always spectacular.
They are. I don't
It
know
won't
how
be
he
as
does
long.
it. Yeah.
Anthony and them and
It's
Chubby, they've
unbelievable.
been in the business for a while.
Yeah.
And now Anthony's kids are learning it too, and they're doing it. They actually had hands-on last year for it. I think the one night Anthony sat here and they were doing it, and I was
And,
like,
yeah, what are you doing
"What are
here?
you doing here? Who's doing
Hey,
it?"
oh,
So they're all doing it, and it's going to be nice. It's not like it's not going to be as long, and it's not
yeah,
going to be.
on Wednesday.
But it's Sunday. But it's always nice. Our fireworks are always the best.
every year I think he can't top it. There's no way. And then the
Right.
next year he does something a little
Exactly.
different, and it's amazing.
And that's the same thing will be this year. You'll say,
Good.
"Wow, it's."
Now, where do they set up? Down by the river?
9th Street.
Okay.
Down by 9th Street down there.
They used
where
to have it on a barge, right?
They would do it on a barge a lot of times, right outside here,
Yeah.
White Beach. But you know, the town owns the property now, which is a lot easier for
Oh,
us to get,
right.
you know, to do things and stuff down there. With the permits, of course, we have to go through all the protocols. You know, it's got to be inspected. We have to have fire departments and them on standby and everything, and all safety procedures are taken care of and everything.
all the permits. So this is, like I said, from the soon as it ends, you got to start all over
Right.
and do all that stuff. So, and we want to thank Richard Becker, town supervisor.
Of course.
Does a great job.
And they
I'm
help
sure
us
he'll
out
be
a lot,
down
too.
to check it out.
Well, Wednesday night we'll have we give an awards and stuff like that, and we'll get proclamations and stuff. They'll all be here, the town board and them, and
Excellent.
Richard Becker and them. We'll be here Wednesday night, and you are more than welcome to. It's open. You know, we gave Dominic, we had his daughter actually do it last year.
Excellent.
Rena gave him an award for being behind the
For so many years.
sausage and
Vincent,
pepper.
thank you, my brother. It was
Thank you,
awesome.
Victor.
And,
Thank you for
good
finally
luck.
having me here.
It was more than a pleasure.
Thank you.
And thanks for all the work you do. And
Thank you.
Good luck this year. I'll be here to support. I'm Victor Margiotta. This is the community show. Don't complain about what's going on out there. Get involved. Thanks for watching.